Toronto police thought it was just a routine call, a simple wellness check, an apartment that had gone too quiet, a mailbox filled with unopened letters, a door that nobody answered. But when officers forced their way inside, the stench hit them first. It clung to the air, thick, undeniable, and then they saw it. Beneath a pile of blankets lay the body of a man, long decomposed, and sitting right beside him was his wife, alive, calm, living with him as though nothing had changed. Why would anyone choose to share a home with the dead? Was it grief, denial, or something far more disturbing? His name was Richard Keller, 58 years old, a retired bus driver who lived a simple, quiet life. He was the type of man you could set your watch to every morning coffee at the same cafe, crossword puzzles folded neatly into his pocket, always polite, always punctual. But behind the steady routines was a loneliness. Friends had drifted away, his brothers lived hours out of town, and more than once he had joked, "If I ever disappeared, nobody would notice until the buses stopped running." He never realized how close to the truth that was. Richard's wife was Marianne, 55. Neighbors remembered her as polite but withdrawn. She rarely came outside. Her world revolved around Richard, and Richard alone. He was her anchor, her safety, the one person she trusted. When he suddenly died one winter night from a heart attack, Marianne did not call an ambulance. She did not call the police. She simply pulled the blankets over him and carried on as though nothing had changed. Days turned into weeks. Weeks became months. The bed where Richard lay became the place Marianne still slept beside him. She bought candles and air fresheners to mask the smell. She kept the windows sealed tight, and when police later asked why she hadn't reported him missing, her answer chilled them. Why would I? He was still here. The odor eventually seeped through the walls of the apartment. Neighbors complained of a foul stench that would not go away. That was when authorities finally arrived. As officers uncovered the body, Marianne sat quietly at the edge of the bed, and in a voice barely above a whisper, she said, "Please, don't take him. He's not gone." News of the discovery spread quickly across Toronto. Some called it madness. Others called it devotion. But the truth was more complicated. Richard had died of natural causes. Marianne had committed no crime. Instead, doctors placed her in psychiatric care. She was diagnosed with pathological grief disorder, an illness that traps a person in denial, unable to let go of the dead. This was not a story of murder. It was a story of love, of loneliness, and of a woman who could not face the silence of a world without her husband. To Marianne, she wasn't living with a corpse. She was living with Richard, holding on to the only thing she had left. And so, I leave you with a question. If the person you loved most in this world died beside you tonight, would you let them go? Or would you hold on, no matter the cost?